They're all in a garden called Gethsemane. Jesus goes off with 3 of them in order to pray. He says to them that his soul is overwhelmed with sorrow, even to the point of death, and this in anticipation of what is just around the corner. He takes a few steps beyond the 3 of them, asking them to keep watch while he goes to pray, and he falls on the ground and says, "Father, if it is possible, if there's any other way, could this cup be taken away from me? But whatever the case, he will do his Father's will." The cup is symbolic of the judgment that Jesus would endure for the sin of all of those who would come to believe in him. It's almost too much for him to endure, but he's willing to do it for the sake of his Father and for those who would be his followers. He comes back from prayer, finding that the 3 followers were fast asleep. They couldn't even keep watch. But he's not harsh with them. He understands their weakness. Returning from prayer a 3rd time, Judas now turns up, one of the 12, and with him a whole crowd that are armed with weapons. Judas comes over and gives him a kiss, a mark of affection that's now a sign of betrayal, for the kiss marks out the one that they are to arrest. Despite one of his followers waving a sword around and chopping off someone's ear, Jesus calls his followers to peace. He is not here to lead a rebellion, and he says as much to the whole crowd. This crowd had been sent by the religious leaders, and they had every opportunity to arrest him during the day when he was around the temple, but they chose to do it under the cover of darkness. And this is a dark moment, after all. This had to happen according to what Jesus predicted. He said many times that he was going to be arrested and then killed. But it also had to happen to fulfill the scriptures. It was all predicted throughout the whole Bible that this was going to happen to Jesus. It had to happen according to God's will. There was no other way. He had to endure the cup of God's wrath. But this so that we, each one of us who turn to him, could experience the free forgiveness of Jesus that is accomplished by his suffering and by his death.